Hey guys, this is Ruben Langdon, aka Dante from Devil May Cry, aka Ken Masters from Street Fighter, and also Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil series. And you are listening to the Casanova Podcast, the #1 podcast in Hawaii. Jackpot.
Yeah, I fly and I soar, but I aspire for more. Took some time so I can show you how this lion can roar. Sound the sirens, let them know I'm standing right at the door. I'm defiant, cause I know that I'm a giant at core. Yeah, I'm that boy. Let them know that I'm next level. I'm a whole new kind of guy. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Kenan Thompson here. Do you have a talented kid? Hey, I get it. I was a child star myself, and I gotta say, it wasn't very easy for my mom or the other people who helped me along the way. And I'm guessing it hasn't gotten much easier to know the right people when you're first starting out these days. So guess what? I would like to change that. That's right. My team is hosting exciting events at the Hard Rock cafes in cities all over the map. And we are going to connect you guys with all the right people and give you the map to breaking into the business. All right? That's right, you heard me. It is a path to getting started on that dream career. Now, I'm telling you this from one kid star to the next big kid star. We want to make the journey easier and have fun along the way. So make sure you get your tickets and catch my team at Hard Rock cafes near you. Kenan Thompson, signing out.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Hawaii's #1 podcast for entertainment, tech, and more, the Casanova Podcast. I'm your host, Mikhail Casanova, and today I'm joined by the wonderful, the one and only, the phenomenal Cherie. How are you doing today?
I am amazing. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. How's your time so far in Hawaii been?
I am loving it. It has been great. The people are so nice. I realized today that there's like a community of supportive parents and kids that have so much talent. So I'm excited to be here. I'm so glad we came.
Awesome, awesome. And let's talk about like one of the reasons that you're out here. Like you're part of some amazing shows, the first time ever coming here to Hawaii. And yeah, let's just go ahead and the floor is yours.
So, the reason we're here is because there's so much talent that goes undiscovered in places like Hawaii, like Honolulu. And we've been doing this for 13 years. And it was always really, I don't want to say easy, but it always made sense for us to go to LA or New York or Chicago, Atlanta, Las Vegas. And that was great. But what we found is that those kids get a lot of opportunities. And we're still doing those cities this year. Mm-hmm. But when the Hard Rock Cafe offered us this amazing opportunity to do a tour with Hard Rock Cafes, and they said choose 12 cities. As soon as I saw Honolulu as one of the cities, I was like, I've got to be there. Because I literally have roots here in Hawaii. My dad used to live here. My great grandmother was Hawaiian. And so there was a reason that I was like, you know what? I've got to go there. I want to meet with people. I want to meet with the kids. I want to meet with the parents. I want to see what opportunities we can bring. And, what kids we can possibly take to other cities with us, like New York, for that huge opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah. And, so far it's, I got to see the show today. First time here in Hawaii. First time I'm getting to see it. And I'm like, this is amazing. These kids have amazing talent.
Oh my gosh, they blew me away. They brought me to tears, guys.
So it's, how, because I know, with this, you go to 12 different cities every single time you do this, but being able to see so much talent all over, how does that feel?
It warms my heart. First of all, I'm a mother of 3 amazing children who are now young adults in their 20s. I even have a grandson now who's 5 months old, who I just adore. But I've always loved kids, and I've always appreciated parenthood and parents who love and support their kids, right? So Kenan is the same exact way. He loves kids. He was a child star, and his mother is the reason why he's who he is. She helped groom him. Not only, well, he had the talent, but she made sure that his talent continued to grow and he was progressive in his career. But she also taught him those core values, which created the foundation of why he's able to have such a long-standing career. And, you know, and he's so beloved in Hollywood because he's humble. He treats people well, and a lot of people like him, and he stays out of the drama parts of it. And that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, that's one of the things too. Like, I was actually talking to my wife earlier when we were saying, like, you know, we grew up as kids, like, watching, you know, Kenan on TV, like, all that to, you know, Kenan and Kel shows to, you know, the movies and everything like that, SNL. And it's just amazing. Like, you don't hear anyone say anything bad about him. He's always, like you said, incredibly humble.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen. And, you know, you got the opportunity to know him for so many years and, you know, be able to co-create this experience.
Yes.
It's got to be amazing. It's surreal.
It is because I have met the most famous, most well-known, influential people in the world through Kenan. And he's never starstruck, or he doesn't act like he's a star. You know, he's like such a huge star, but he's just like, I'm just a normal person. You know what I mean? And that impresses me and it inspires me too. Mm-hmm. And I see that it also, the effect that it has on other people. Mm-hmm. When he's around, it seems like everybody gets to calm down and just like be themselves and just be normal people like Kenan, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to be able to share, you know, a business and a passion that we both have for helping other people, because, you know, we do this for adult comedians too, you know, so every year we take 4 comedians and we take 4 kids with their parents. That's 12 people that we pay for. Mm-hmm. And we pay for their flights and their hotel, and we bring them to New York to perform on big stages in front of, you know, big people with opportunities galore, you know, and it's like, who else is really doing that? You would have to really want to do it and have a team of people that want to do it too, because it's not like it's, you know, it's not a big money maker. It's just something that we just love to do and we're passionate about it.
Definitely. And, you know, and coming out here to Hawaii, like, you know, the amount of talent that's here that's completely untapped is absolutely mind-blowing. You know, I've been fortunate to grow up out here, and, you know, when I was spoken at the colleges and spoken to the students at the high schools, like just seeing the capability, the amazing talent they have, and they're not always, or frequently, or more majority, they're not really pushed to pursue their dreams, pursue the talent, because it's like, oh, you know, that's for other people, that's not for you. And that's something that, you know, I think needs to change, or I've been wanting to see change. I don't know, like, where do you start to get that change to happen?
You know, that mindset comes from our parents, and I'm saying our parents because I've gone through that too. Our parents not seeing a lot of people around them start something from the ground up or pursue their dreams. You know, most of our parents grew up like you find security in a job. You know, you work for many years, you retire, you get Social Security, and then you just live like that. Well, for us, Social Security is not promised, first of all. We came from an era that we saw other people, even if we didn't know them, we saw their dreams come true. Me personally, I've seen a bunch of people whose, you know, dreams came true. I've seen them grind it out and really start somewhere and their dreams come true, from kids to adults who didn't, you know, their big break didn't happen until they were in their 40s, right? But I realized that when you don't give up, it happens. Yeah. Anybody who keeps going with something, you're destined to see success from it. That's all you have to do is never quit.
You know, and to share a personal story with you, like, for me, so, like, I was never really pushed to, like, pursue anything. And then for me, it wasn't until, like, about 6.5 years ago, I got diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And I was stage 2, and it was progressing and constantly getting worse, which is why I'm bald now. Okay, I lost my hair through treatment, and I didn't. So I was in the mindset, I'm like, I don't have much longer to live. So I decided, okay, I like, watching TV shows, seeing actors, voice actors, music, all this other stuff. Want to start a podcast, reach out and, talk to these people so I can hopefully inspire somebody else.
Right.
And I never thought that pursuing this as a hobby and a passion, something I've always wanted to do, turn into a career, especially out here in Hawaii, because people here were telling me, you never make it. It's never going to go anywhere. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just going to keep going because I don't think I'm going to make it. Okay, I'm 5 years in remission, married, beautiful child, and I hate that I waited into my 30s to do that. Where I'm like, I should have done this earlier. So when I get to talk to kids, like, start now.
That's right.
Do it. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Yeah.
No. I know. I think we all think about like, wow, if I would have done this how many years ago, I would have been where, but we still know it's not in our time.
Yeah.
So if you would have started 5 years earlier, you may not still be doing it now.
Sure.
When it was time for you to do this and take it seriously and be consistent with it, it happened. So that's how I try to look at it. Like, I can't worry about would have, could have, should have, because it might not have been what I thought it would be just because I didn't do it, But I do agree with you to tell kids, and I tell them all the time too, go for it now, pursue your dreams now. Don't listen to anybody. But like you said, how many people told you that? Not many. Same here. You know what I mean? So that it's our job to tell them.
Yeah.
And teach them what we wish we could have been taught.
So in your time here, and also talking with the kids and talking with the parents, what are some opportunities that you see that could be implemented here that are not currently here for the kids?
Well, I think you heard me ask them, what do they think they need? And they said they need, music programs in the school. They need more teachers of their crafts, Some of them are saying they need more theater and productions here, I heard Augie Tuba say that earlier. It's like, we need to bring more productions here,
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of what you guys need. It's just, more people who are doing more productions, who are doing more teaching and coaching and,
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything for you personally that you would like to do, or any message you'd like to get out to the audience that are, either watching this or be listening to it later on?
Say, you know what? I would just tell everyone, get with the people who are trying to help you and help your kids succeed. There are some of us, just like what we're doing now, it's not an overnight thing. Performing on our stage doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to get signed to something, even though kids have been signed to some major deals from our stages. But even after that, sometimes your kids might get a big break, and then now you're like, okay, now what do I do? How do I figure this out? Like, get ahead of those things. Start trying to figure out what team you need to put in place, what team you already have in place. Some people have a lot of resources within their own family and network that they don't even know about, or that they're afraid to ask for help for. So don't be afraid to ask for help. If you know someone who's a better writer than you, have them write out your emails. Have them write out the bios for the kids. If you know someone that can edit videos, have them do the video editing, for your kids. If they do production, have them do production. If they're a better business manager, have them help you with your business and your contracts, But it definitely takes a village and it takes a team.
Yeah.
Now, if you can do all those things yourself, that's really good, but still connect with people like we're about to start doing courses to help parents manage their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because until you get like that big manager or that big agent, you got to know how to manage them yourselves every day. And you know how to do it. You manage to get them up and get them to school every day. Make sure that they're fed. Make sure that they stay healthy. Make sure that they do their homework. Make sure that they have the right friends. Make sure they get to and from their location. All of those same things are what you're managing with their career, pretty much.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is figure out how to turn that type of parental management in their lives into a management in their careers. Learn how not to cross the lines. It's hard for some parents to be a manager because they're like, okay, I'm also a parent and I don't, I've got to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So, like I said, just get with us or get with people who know how to help you and give you the information you can so that you can implement it yourselves.
And then also, like parents, make sure if your child has a passion or a talent, don't snuff it out.
Please don't.
Don't kill dreams. Push and allow them to explore and develop these skills, because you never know. You just never know.
Because when kids want to play sports or do cheerleading or something, the parents are paying all those fees and the coaches and getting them extra time in the gym or trainers or whatever it can be. Do the same thing if they want to sing, if they want to dance, if they want to act, if they want to model, if they want to start their own brands. Like, invest in that the same way, because if they decide that they don't want to do it later, it's still helping them build the person that they're going to be in the future.
Exactly.
And
it's crazy when you look at like all the stuff the kids are able to do now, like video editing, throwing up videos on YouTube, the TikTok stuff and all the social media, like they're super good. Like the stuff that I'm seeing kids able to do now, I'm like, when I was in high school and college, I'm like, we had to take courses for that.
Right. Exactly.
And they pick it up just like that.
They do. They do. So kids can do a lot of things themselves too, to help themselves. They do it all the time.
So, how many more times do you think you would like to come out here to Hawaii with this
every
experience?
season? I fell in love with the kids. I fell in love with the parents. I fell in love with the whole community and energy of Hawaii. And I can tell you guys need more of this. So we're already planning next season. So I'm going to put Honolulu on the list for next season for sure.
And for you, is there anything like in your time remaining out here in Honolulu, is there anything you'd like to do or any place you'd like to go?
I'm sure they go to a luau tonight, but they're saying that it might rain, so then they want to take it indoors. I'm like, I don't want to do an indoor luau. So I'm not sure. We're gonna get something done. We're gonna do something fun tonight. I've really just been like resting and preparing for this, but next time I come back, I'm gonna bring my whole family and we're gonna make a really long vacation out of it. But I want to say something that everybody doesn't know. We've been to 6 cities so far. We've got 6 cities left. I haven't chosen any kid of one of the 4 at all that we plan to take to New York, but I chose one today. We have a kid from Honolulu who's definitely going to our grand event in New York. I told her and her parents today, they were in tears. They couldn't hold it back. I said, we can't tell everybody yet because we don't try to make the announcements in front of everyone else, but she blew our socks off and she's coming.
Right. So, is there anything, I don't want to keep you too long. Is there anything you'd like to leave the audience with before we go?
Just the same thing we've been saying, chase your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. If it's something that's in your heart and you're passionate about it, go for it. One of my favorite quotes, and my mom told me this when I was like 5 years old. And then later on in life, she was like, oh, you're doing too much, trying too much. But she literally told me, nothing beats a failure but a try. So when I tell you anything that comes on my heart that I feel like I can try to do, I will try to do it. Also realize sometimes if you're trying to push something that's just not working, then maybe you don't have to stop, but maybe you step back and restructure things, right?
Yeah.
Or you might take a little bit of a different path. You might, as I told them today, you might start off as a singer and realize, I like singing, but I like teaching other people how to sing. Or I like acting, but I also like editing and filming. So there are so many different things, especially in the entertainment industry. There's so many, it's such a multifaceted industry that you might find that your talent isn't the talent that you originally started out with, but just get in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to go for it and figure it out later and let things happen organically. But just always be paying attention to what's happening so you can know how to pivot if you need to.
And one of the other things that you said, and I hope the kids took this as a phenomenal takeaway, because it's something I wish I knew when I was younger, and it's about the people around you. Sometimes we hold on to, even as adults, we hold on to people we do not need to. And it feels difficult cutting people loose, but if they're not helping you, they're not making you feel good about yourself, it's always a negative. And it can be family, it can be friends. You got to cut the dead weight. So,
and I like again what we were saying. We wish someone would have told us that when we were kids, because you go into adulthood sometimes and you're way more loyal to people than you need to be, you know, and way too afraid to let people go because you're like, but they're my friends or they're my family, and I don't want to be alone. But then they don't make you feel good, so you got to learn how to say it's okay. And I'm not saying that they're bad people or whatever. They're just not making you feel good. And people don't need to make you feel good, but they don't need to make you feel bad either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And definitely make sure you love yourself.
Love yourself.
Self-care. If you need to take time away and focus on you, there's nothing selfish or wrong with like loving yourself, taking time for yourself.
Yep.
Do that. You got to make sure you're right here, spiritually, physically.
Yep.
Just take time for you. So with that being said, when are we going to have you on the show again?
Whenever you want. I'm just a Zoom call away.
Okay.
And next time I'm in Honolulu, you got to come out again and we got to do the skit.
Definitely. We definitely will.
Yep.
And so that's it. That's the episode. I hope you guys had a lot of amazing takeaways from that. And if there's any feedback you have for me or for Cherie, definitely let us know. All of her social media information as well as this event will be in the description of the podcast, as well as the YouTube version of this, and also the video format, because we have video podcasts on Spotify now.
Nice.
And I also want to say, if you want to find this podcast, Casanova Podcast, it's available on every major podcasting outlet. You know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, you name it, we're there. And I want to give a special thank you to Spotify for sponsoring. Well, we're the only podcast in Hawaii sponsored by Spotify. So thank you guys for that.
No podcast. Keep going.
Thank you guys for that amazing opportunity. Thank you to Neat Microphones for providing all the amazing equipment, and also to Rode for also sponsoring this podcast. So with that being said, Cherie and I are signing out. We hope y'all have a blessed and aloha rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one.
Mahalo.
Mahalo for your time for listening to this episode of the Casanova Podcast and One Podcast in Hawaii. If you found this episode to be incredibly enjoyable, informative, or if there's anything you gain from it, or any insight, or anything that's good that you really, really enjoyed, make sure whatever platform you're listening to it on, or if you're watching it, leave a comment if that's available on the platform, like it, share it around with someone you think would enjoy it, and give us some feedback, because your feedback is exactly what we need to keep this show going. And if you're wondering what are some ways that you could support the show, we got various ways. We've got Patreon, we have channel memberships over on YouTube, as well as Subscribestar, Coffee, and so much more. Links for everything will be in the description of the podcast, so make sure you go check that out. And with all that being said, I hope you have an aloha rest of your day.
Yeah.